Hey, hey, we are back. Inscription, blah, blah, blah. Last time, let's see. I was talking about a dog and I was being dumb, and yeah, that's pretty much everything. Oh, and we did the bone deck, which seems like it's probably pretty good, but you know, it doesn't matter how good the deck is if you play like a moron, right? So, I think I'm starting to notice, it seems to me like the increased difficulty ones are more or less just kind of give Leshy more gas, but they don't actually seem to make the fights harder initially. So I think you just kind of need to get a strong setup. But why don't we try just taking one and seeing if we can find the points elsewhere? Like what? Each tipped scales would really suck. We need 50, huh? That is a significantly larger number than I'm comfortable taking. We'll just do totems forever. Jeez, man. And then we'll just take one of these. Backpack size. We're definitely taking pricey pelts. And then it's just between the other. Ooh, we could also try like single candle, but that actually terrifies me. Because that makes your boss fights that much harder too. Because I'm assuming you don't get the smoke. No clover, no hook. This is kind of a toss-up. Let's take the clover because it'll provide consistent value. And let's get moving. So, oh, check this out. For one section, remember to mute Discord. So if I try to press my quick mute button, like, things will work. Check it out. Okay, you get it. That's the bit. No Discord noises. I apologize for that last time. I kind of made a comment like I would edit it out, but I totally didn't because it was late and I was like, whatever. So, sorry about that. But, very good. Also, the one guy that comments, I read your comment. I didn't reply back to it yet, but you said that the black goat will get you the major boon. So thank you for that. I'll keep that in mind. What do we got? Oh, also gotta check the board state. We gotta do a little maintenance stuff. Fair pelts, blah blah blah. Yep. You? Oh, you're weird, right? So you'll do damage equal to half of our bones. The Lammergeier. That sounds very German. Well, here's the thing, right? Is like, we're doing the bone deck TM, so I feel like we should take this, but that might not be the wisest thing. And maybe just skunk, because it will give us time to set up. I think I actually might like the porcupine even more, though. Have your gratitude. Wonderful. So, alright, hold up. What's up? Beehive adder. Got it. We'll leave the music for now. We take the direwolf, put it onto the porcupine. We did this last time and it was baller. Like, actually so dirty. Yeah, sure. I don't really want a pack rat, even though maybe I should, but I don't know. Also, important thing to keep in mind. Geez, you have 4 health. You're built to last, I won't lie. Important thing we learned last time. If you... Oh, wait, but is this actually a smart idea? Because he won't grow big into the actual direwolf that swings twice, right? This will just be the get big sigil. That might be fine though if our cash out is going to be the Laemmergeier. I kind of want to look that up and see what a Laemmergeier is. It sounds very German, but maybe I just don't have a lot of linguistic experience to say that authoritatively. Alrighty. Oh, what I was saying, finally. So I tried putting in a sigil on a pelt to see if that would carry over to whatever we traded the pelt in for, and that did not happen. So the more you know, basically. Alrighty. What do we got? Oh no. Not flight blocking lizards. Well, the run is over, so see you next time. This combat is going to kill me because it's really tough. Let's get you there to deal with that guy. Get Raccoon out on the following turn, and then we'll get more bones, and things are looking cool. Nice. Good job, Porcupine. You're doing a great job. Alright, Raccoon. Yeah, whatever. So you will actually swing for a large number, won't you? We'll win on this turn, by the way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you'll swing for either 3 or 4. Let's find out. Oh, he'll actually swing for more. So we're going up to 10, so he'll swing for 5. Right, because we would kill the things and then generate bones. Good overkill. Looks like he's picking over like a rib cage. Is that what that looks like to you? Rhetorical question because you can't immediately reply, but you know. He's sort of picking over a rib cage. That's cool looking. What do we like? The right path is not looking very good to me. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of this. So we'll go left. Ugh, I don't really like left either, but it will give us a unit, I suppose. I just don't want to... What do we have to get rid of? Either the Lammergeier or the raccoon. That's going to kind of suck, I think. Cockroach is interesting, but our bone cash out is kind of the Lammergeier. So what? Elk Fawn, because it's got a great sigil. Sounds cool. Sounds cool. We could also reroll, but I think I kind of like what I'm seeing right. Righty. Yep, pack's full. Small critter. Hey, love this guy. Don't like his card, but I love this guy. Rats are sick. That card is always useful. His card's actually good too. You know, if I was super, whoopsies, if I was super smart, I think there would have certainly been a consideration for taking the cockroach. And then, you know, we just put the pack rat restock on the cockroach, and then we get util, and things are good. But as we discovered last time, I don't use utility to live, so it doesn't matter. Righty. This is the Wild Bulls one, Rampager. So you're gonna move right, and I think you're gonna swap with the bat, if I'm understanding this correctly. Let's put the Elk Fawn down here. You'll no, we'll put you here actually. Sorry. Then he'll move and smack the bullfrog, and things will be cool. And then next we're gonna play the raccoon in the leftmost lane. Wait a minute. I got the stuff mixed up. My apologies. Oh, it's not even that late. Like, it's late because that's always when I'm doing this, but it's not late enough for it to be like a real... like, no one's buying that if I say it's late, and that's the problem. Right, we'll get the bones next turn. Thank you. Raccoon seems interesting. Not sure if I'm sold on Raccoon, like, as far as just being insanely good and blah blah blah, but Raccoon is interesting. Chew out here. Raccoon is gonna go away this turn, sadly. Damn you, River Otter. Just flipping that stump over, huh? That is one strong bird. Sure. Pack rat, hello. Let's definitely cycle out these pliers, I think, for sure. So right now we're kind of going even. Are you gonna play another card? What's up? It looks like we are done. So maybe he's gonna surrender? Let's come on to see what's gonna happen here. We are like somewhat stalemated. Things are gonna get different once the board gets kind of flipped around a little with the otter, but I just kind of want to see what's gonna happen here a little. I won't lie. Gonna swing. Also, how will this play out? Will you just... Okay. You will swap. Alright, sup, Porky? Go here. Oh. Go here. I forgot to use the pliers. Dude, I'm being already sloppy. That is not very bueno. Alright. It's kind of interesting. Oh, there it is. I was gonna say, it's kind of interesting that we were not getting offered the olive branch because we were like on, you know, track to just be stalemated. Let's just get this guy out and commit murders. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But then we'll go up to 10 again, like last time. I want to see if we round up or down with the bones. I'm assuming down, but you never know. Okay. This is actually going to be at least a big turn, right? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. So we'll go up to 12, so it's kind of a moot point. Super funny. Regardless, just leave the porcupine alive because he'll be swinging into a submerged guy, so he'll actually do damage. We're gonna get a pretty good amount of overkill at least. What does that put us up to? 8, okay. I really like the Lammergeier. You can definitely just like shove it into a non-bones deck and make it work. And maybe that's what I should do instead of like being like, oh, this, you know, arbitrarily deciding that this deck's identity is bones. What you could do is, you know, you can kind of cash out on bones without any actual effort on your part. But like all bone creatures, you do have to like kind of draw it a bit late. I don't really like any of these, I think. Yeah, I'm not going crazy over any of this stuff. I don't know how I feel about the mud turtle. River snapper blocks. Let's reroll. See what we get. Ooh, the rattler and a porcupine. So I'm liking the rattler. It's a little awkward with Lammergeier because we're taking from his damage pool basically to play him. But he's good value. Maybe I should. What's second to porcupine? How about? I think I'm starting to like the porcupine as a blocker. Ooh, coming up. Ugh, another pack rat's coming up here. Yeesh. Stack is getting very big already. Hello again. That being said, pack rat at 4/4, pretty baller. We do have an infusion coming up as well. Yeah, hefty ants. Alrighty. I like the pack rat. In fact, I like him so much I might just play him. No, I don't think it's not necessary quite yet. We're gonna try and use the pliers for real this time, I swear. You're gonna play like 30 ants now? Just a bullfrog? Humble? Oh, they're hefty. My apologies. So here's what we're actually going to do. Yeah, so we'll drink this. Let the bee live. You know, he's not hurting anybody. Except me. Black goat, hello. Can I sack that if we find a bone lord opportunity, please? Alright, now this is where things are gonna start to pick up a little bit. We're just gonna kind of take it easy for now. Drawing a coyote would not be bad. Do these guys just push each other back and forth forever? Is that what they're gonna do? Is that? You can't play the coyote. We only have 3 bones. Go. Bap, and then back. That's funny. That's super cute. We're having to draw a 1-cost unit so I can kill this squirrel and then actually play something. Excellent. So we want to put the coyote here so it, you know, swings into the 2B lane. That's my bad. You do that. You do this. Looking great. Keep up the good work. 1 bullfrog. Whatever. We already played the pack rat. We just really wanted to get the immediate value. 1 bone. Lammergeier is not going to be swinging very hard right now. I will not lie to you. Not much overkill, but it is what it is. Well, guess where we're going. Wow, great guess. Also, we're in the wetlands, I believe, so we're going to be fighting the angler. Red strike, right. Oh, yo, that is like the card. Holy crap. I'm in it for the strange varmints if they're this good. I love strange varmints that look like that. So, he'll just cover his own draw cost, and then on his first play, and then he'll just start giving us draw every time we play him. So we need to just find ways to generate bones like crazy to keep that, you know, that flowing. Alternatively nothing because we can't put any more sigils onto him. Unless we got lucky with the totem situation, but we haven't even really put any extra work on the totems yet. Those starving faces. Yeah, 4 health is really good. I mean, this guy's 3 cost, so we just have a decent stat line as is. But 4 health is legit. Kind of like Porcupine here. Make him just a really solid blocker. Yeah, faux show. Oh, you know what? I actually kind of wouldn't have minded putting the extra Porcupine here and just trying to make him ball out. Right, so what's the move? We can also put thorns on the... Yeah. Oh no, we can't because Cockroach already sigiled up. Okay. I think we might take the Elk's Fawn's sigil because it's really good. I don't mind putting on just simply the raccoon. Or what? We'd better do it the other way, for the record. Because, then the card would, like, their stat lines are the same. So you're just looking for cost, which is obviously still the same. And this thingy, the like kin symbol. And raccoon, you know, got no family, dude's on his own, I guess. Whoopsies. Just kind of trying to survey our options here. So we can double stack, can we? No. I'm not that big of a fan of the pack rat right now. But let's save them in case there's a mushroom. So failing that, raccoon into elk fawn. I kind of don't hate it. Now you dig for bones. Oh, also we got an amalgam last time, and it was a little strange. It was kind of assuming the identity of our existing cards. But, you know how like when they get sigils they have the blue glows? He had a red glow. Mud tugged hard at your feet, forcing you to slow your pace. A rank odor caused your stomach to churn and your eyes to water. It was the rotting fish that hung from the branches around you. A huge man approached. Fresh fish? Fresh fish! Easy juice. Okay. Well, cockroach in our starting hand is excellent. We could cycle our squirrel out. I think our like win condition is going to be just playing the Lammergeier. Once we swap phases here. So we just need to like live and win to get to that point, basically. Get you out of here. Okay. And what are you? You're hefty. I've seen this one before. Oh! Just get like the best item. That's all you have to do is just get the best item. It's obvious. Why would you ever not get the best item? It's kind of suboptimal if you ask me. Have that squirrel, sir. Bye, squirrel. Sorry. There you go. Now goodbye, squirrel. We could put the cockroach and dig for whatever we want. We are just kind of, I think, on pace to win, though, for the time being, so I don't see a reason to mess with it. Yeah, we're gonna swing and win this turn. Yeah, we'll swing before this ticks over. So we'll keep him on the board so we can have him for sack fuel. Don't take that specific phrase out of context, please. I beg of you. Go fish. Yep. So we're just gonna use the cockroach to draw the Lammergeier. So let's just make sure we got gas, right? Cockroach, get out there, buddy. Geier, what's up? Yeah, this is right. You're swinging for 2. You get pack rat out. Do we want to do that? Reroll the black goat. I think this is a. It's kind of tough. I almost feel like the black goat is too good to use. So I might save it more than I should, but with only 2 slots, I think you kind of need to iterate, especially if you have two pack rats in the deck. But I'll save it, because we can cheat out a pack rat, or we could cheat out Lammergeier. Get the porcupine out, though. We just win next turn, right? Anyway, we could optimize our damage. 5. Yeah, actually, you'll do 1 more damage, and then, yeah, Lammergeier will do 1 more as well. We don't want a new item there. I'm totally okay with hanging on to what we have. So how much money? 14? Not really balling out yet. I feel like it looks... 14, you know, looks like a lot more than 14. But I guess that's just because the crazy expensive shops now are kind of messing with my expectations. Ugh. Right, we did this. Field mice into... Can't put it into cockroach. To what? Pack rat, especially if he's doubled up. It's interesting. Field mice into Lammergeier. Geier cannot really be played twice, though. We kind of pay this insane cost to get it out once, and then that's that. Skink's adequate, right? Get a spiky tail on a skink. That seems pretty sick, actually. So, I would not mind putting the skink into this existing porcupine, the like kind of weak one, and then we get a mushroom event and we ball out. You falling snow cannot distract you. Yeah. We gotta change the music. Also, I see a Bone Lord offering up ahead, but there's no opportunity for such a thing. Yeah, okay, we'll get the most ambient music in the game. Get Super Weasel Boy bumping. Uh-huh. Oh, sorry. Let's see. So... Totem's really important to get started on, right? One bug, one lizard. One... Actually, not really, right? We have, like... We don't have any, like, density of any kin in particular. So this campfire's looking good. To me. Okay, yeah, I'll bite. Alrighty, what's up? 3 sigils. Do we like that? 1, 3, 2, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1. Yeah, we like that. 4 attack. What do you count as for attack, I wonder? Don't really like attack. Bones? Nope, right? Yeah, 1 cockroach and with the coyote. Yeah. We'll take the sigils for sure. Trial of Wisdom. Beautiful. Beautiful. Look at this guy. It's just the casual 6 sigils from these two. Alright. So this Rat King is really catching my attention. Oh, well... It is and it isn't. Also, this cockroach is just funny. So the thing with the Rat King is if you sack him with this, he doesn't really die, so you don't get the bones from him. But he is unkillable. You might be able to ball out with that. Let me think. I think if you had 2 coyotes... No, you couldn't go infinite with this as is, right? You would need something else to work with. Like the cockroach to draw something actually could work. No, because you wouldn't get through the cost barrier because the Rat King's just expensive. Okay. Flying Ant is a little weird. I'm not into it. Rat King is like a weird pseudo, like, you know, accelerant, I guess. Not accelerant, but like he'll sustain our like energy situation so we can keep playing stuff. This cockroach is a little redundant. I don't hate him, but he is a little redundant, and I don't think we want to spend bones too much. Let's take the Rat King. Alright, go here. I think we'd prefer damage. Okay, hold on. Excuse me. So, Porcupine, other one. We make this one try and ball out with a lot of health, or we get rid of him. Or the Skink, actually. No. Porcupine. Because we want to do the Porcupine. So actually, I don't even want to get greedy then. So my ideal is we infuse the Skink Tail into the Porcupine, and then we dupe them, or hit them at a mushroom event. Well, we can only go one way, so not really much to say about this. Love this banger music, though. Oh yeah. Pretty good options here, right? A lot of good stuff. You're going to burrow, and you're going to just kind of not do much for a while. I think we should play our Elk Fawn, because it'll swing for 2 on this coming turn and let it actually get something done. It'll take the egg out before it hatches. See an Alpha coming up? That's A-okay, you don't really swing for that much, and the Elk will take care of you. Alternatively, we could, what? Let's play Porcupine and let it kill you on the coming turn? Sure. May as well. You don't gotta make the Elk do all the heavy lifting, you know. We'll kill it next turn. Might just want to get Skink out. We can just... Oh, we could win if we get Skink out. Let's draw aggressively, though. Okay, so what we're actually going to do is this, and we're going to hold out this turn, and then next turn we're going to put the Coyote down. No, play it this turn, sorry. Because the Skink would reposition to the left and take up the Coyote's lane, and then the Raven Egg would block the Coyote in the coming turn, and the point is I'm overthinking it, basically. So, ugh, no infusions. How's removal look? What do we get rid of here? The Rat King, slightly? It's not great. It isn't great, in fact. What's the alternative? Also, is there a rat deck that you can get? Pack Rat and Rat King? And maybe a hidden third rat card if such a thing exists? I want to keep this Porcupine because there's a lot of potential with this. I like the Coyote because we can, do something with our bones that isn't, also doing something with 3 blood, because that's just expensive to play. This guy's obviously saying, you're decent. I think I undervalue Pack Rat, so I'm trying not to be like pulling the trigger on this too early. Porcupine, what you already said. Cockroach has the insanest sigil in the world. Might just be the Rat King or a Pack Rat. Let's go to the Rat King. Plus he's got the bone thing. He's a bone king, so maybe you'll like him. Versus Campfire. Campfire is just good, right? Campfire is just good. I think I'd prefer the right path is like selected animal. Yeesh. But it is what it is. Yep, got light. So what are we upgrading? We should spread the love out a little bit. Elk Fawn, possibly. It gets pretty tanky. I'm gonna say chunky and tanky, and almost said chunky, which would just be a strange thing to willingly say out loud. Not that, then what else? Actually, though. None of this is really looking too good. Coyote. It's a little weird, but for the sake of for the consistency gods, we could just rip this man. These guys are umbrellas, so I kind of am already partial to them. I trust them. I'm doing it. Keep it right there. Creature could become more powerful. It's fine, honestly. I kind of think that card is a bait anyways, because 3 cost is really tricky to deal with 1, let alone 2. So we won't get to do an infusion first, so the skink is kind of on my shit list now, but... yeah, but nothing really. He's just kind of on it now. Could put on the Lammergeier for marginal survivability, I suppose. Burrowing horned guys, huh? I think we're definitely going to make use of our resupply. So you're going to move right. If you play the Pack Rat in this lane, it'll swing and kill the Wild Bull in the coming turn, which I am kind of thinking is the move. Porcupine, don't need. Elk Fawn? Elk Fawn also gets the job done. We put it in the rightmost lane. It'll swing for 2. And we save the black goat for when we're needing it. Yeah. Yeah, this is fine. I literally did this earlier. I'm a moron. I am so sorry. Okay, well, we gotta do this now. Pack Rat, get going. What do we got? Dude. What? Alright. Just high roll and get the best item consistently. It's the best way to play, really. Seeing a Porcupine coming up. Well, he's got to play something in this lane, like this turn, or else he loses. Oh. Played something. He's so smart. Oops, not you. Yeah. So, this actually happened last time, I do remember. I think I saw 2 Porcupines just trade it out forever with their spikes, but we have more health, so we just win that trade. Right? So let's see. Yep, they just trade out forever. That's funny. Now you get big, you're 2-3. We're hoping to see... literally, what are we hoping to see here? Let's get you out. Kinda is what it kinda is. Yeah, it kinda is what it kinda is. There's that guy. You're looking adequate here. We wanna block you? No, Well, no. It'll burrow and just get smacked by the porcupine on the next turn. Or actually it'll just move in the way of the, yeah. Okay, cockroach, Lammergeier does damage, right? That's 8, but it's actually going to be like a little bit more than that. 5. We do 7. It's 4 overkill. I'll take it. Oh, never mind. But yeah, blocking. Right. So I still am very strongly in favor of this. 17. We can buy the knife, but unless things go horribly on the combat before, we're not gonna. We're just gonna, I think, hope to get a little bit of overkill so we can get a golden pelt coming up. Alright. Magpie is a great infusion. Cuckoo. I just like Cuckoo. It's a good, like, staller. You know, we'll just be humble, right? I think, if this kind of run doesn't go so hot, I'm, kind of eyeballing just going back to, like, the Kingfisher deck, because that one's kind of sticking out to me as kind of cool, as well as the Mantis God one I also really like. Big Pack Rat, Big Pork. This guy is really respectable, a 2/8 who gets big and he dig. But, yeah, actually, I think I don't like the Pack Rat, but I think that's just, I'm just being dumb. Also, that guy is insane value. Just 1 cost for that absolute monolith of a guy. If there's an opportunity to paint, I would certainly, be interested. 1 sec, let me just plug in my quick. Okay. What are we working with? Is that a... Jesus, that is a turn 1 that you are able to play, huh? Good God. The skink out. It'll buy me time, I suppose. That is a horrendously evil turn 1. You should be ashamed of yourself for doing that to me. Good God. We don't have an ad or anything in the deck, so I don't know how we're answering this. We just... Yeah, sure. Pass your next turn. I don't like it, but they're here to be used. So I think we literally just gonna have to end turn here. But we'll split you off. There we go. Just Bucktail. You'll pass. Oh, I didn't... I was trying to click through the dialogue and then that happened. So what I wanted to do was draw a squirrel and then play a pack right into the moose box lane just to buy us time. Alternatively, if we could just see the... Okay, so here's the play on the coming situation here. Is we need to get the big porcupine out, so we'll dig for it with the cockroach. And to do that, we will have to draw a squirrel and play a pack rat. So this turn just sucks. It is what it is. I really hate to kill that thing too. Alright, get you out. Oh, this has me a bit nervous. Flyers, not great. And we're going to kill the porcupine to play the guy here. We gotta think about where we're playing him as well, right? So we want to play him to the right of the thingy pack rat. So get out there. Hello again. Can't replay you. That's the end of our turn. 310. You are respectable. I think we should try and cycle these pliers. Yeah, let's try and cycle these pliers. We can't do anything right now, so we'll just take a squirrel. Now we've got options. Cycle the pliers, and we're also going to get the cockroach out just to kill the moose buck. Yeah, maybe a coyote, actually. That's good. We're going to be generating bones right now. Okay, pack rat, you get up here. And forgot to use the pliers. You are so incredibly intelligent. Alrighty. Fun. Up there. Good work. We're gonna be making some moves shortly here. You're not guaranteed to kill right now. Is that 10? So you'll swing for 5. We could also expend a total of 3 by playing this guy and sacking everything. We could also just generate more. Be sneaky. Play the coyote. For now. Yeah. Things are being scary, but not being impossible. So you're gonna kill the raven, block the elk, kill it on the coming turn. No, you're gonna be out of sync, right? Because kill, move left. This slot's now open, so the elk will move right. Okay. So I'll need another 2 damage unit to swing in. Or we just block this lane. Literally just do this. It's funny. Not winning, right? Okay, perfect. And then we can have a big turn for the Lammergeier here. So we are winning period this turn? Yes, okay. So what you're doing is this. It's worth it to do it like this. Sure, whatever. 1, 2, 3. You're just swinging for a cool 6. We're dealing 9 damage. That's enough overkill, I think, to put us over. At like, what, 23? 24. Better. So, going here. I don't actually want to buy the knife because you have the pack rats. We're just going to take the gold pel and, you know, that's it. Yeah, 18. No problem. I'll take that. I'm out of here. Thanks for your patronage. You're my favorite customer. Oh, finally we can get our totem started. Hooray. Beehive? Very strong. I'm kind of really liking that, just as is. What do we got for dogs and birds? We have like the Lammergeier for our bird, and what else? Cuckoo? No, they're dogs. No dogs. Oh, sorry, coyote. Yeah, 1 dog, 2 birds. There's not really a good hit for animal head. Oh, you disagree? Huh? Say something then. There's not a good hit for a head because we don't have a lot of anything in particular. We're pretty either diversified or we just don't have any head or a kin type for some animals. So I think I'll just take this one that's just plain good value. And we'll put it on whatever we put it on. No, it's not a big deal. Okay. So we are fighting the trapper coming up here. So what do we want to do? Tail into. Not into these, I'll tell you that much. Cuckoo? No, because the cuckoo should never get swung into. Also afford to put some damage onto the cuckoo, I think, for sure. On the coyote, I kind of like. It's really squishy, and it's kind of meant to sort of just be a bit one-offy. What's our alternative? What else do we like to get rid of? Pack rat into like nothing really looks crazy good here to me. I'm looking at the skink for that, but I don't think the tail would gain the would gain the pack rat's effect. I think I'd like putting the skink into our coyote and kind of, you know, calling it a day here. Great job. You've grown a tail, my lovely coyote. A detachable one at that. Keep up the good work. Hydrate real quick. That's a bit worrying. Got spiky lizards. Oh, and the thingies, the traps, the bullfrogs that make up the traps are lizards. Be skinning me today. Whatever, dude. Pack rat's looking kind of good, honestly. Here, you're also looking excellent. We I can't play the porcupine yet. It's just the issue. We just need to draw like kind of anything first. My ideal turn, I think, is just take out this existing trap with like a, you know, like a cockroach, whatever, some garbage bait unit, and then we go in. So I think what we're going to do is draw from the unit. We're gonna pass, and then we're gonna draw from the unit pile, so we can get the cockroach out if we just sack the smoke. Or a 1-coster. And if it's 2 costs, then we can just, you know, use the squirrel, and it's all good. And let's start blocking with the pelts. Yeah, for sure. Alright, pass. Oh no, not a rabbit. So, like we said, take this. One of the very few things, in fact, the only blood cost we didn't want to draw. Could have also drawn the coyote, and that would have also sucked. This is just a weird hand. This is just a weird hand. I don't want to like just throw away the the porky. We might just pass turn. Also get pliers, you know, primed. Yeah, we've got options. Mad King, yeah, that works. That's totally fine. What you swing for? You're a 2-1. It's fine. It kind of sucks, but it's fine. Put you here. Going. The cockroach to take the flying trap out. We're taking 1 damage and dying, so we're going to need to use our pliers here. Or we dig for something playable. I believe we are actually we're at 1 bone. These are gonna go away once we select. Literally rabbit pelt just makes us not even have to use our util. So let me just swing, good, swing, trade, fine. Then you'll swing into this rabbit pelt and we will be fine. I'm just trying to make sure because last time I didn't pay attention when I had utility to keep me alive, but I'm not seeing how this kills us. So we're either I'm a huge idiot again, shocker, how unexpected, or things are fine. Alright, and now we get our friend out. Alright, so it's up to you. You're a raven, that's what you do. Alright, cool. Don't care. Get the squirrel out, get the porcupine to start putting in work over there. We should have actually, I might have been a bit hasty. I should have, I think, gotten the Rat King moving. Yeah, that would have been a completely fine play, because I've made this harder on myself now as a result. So if we take 1 damage, we die. These two are gonna just kind of trade out the damage numbers, so we need to block the one that you're doing and the one that you're doing to keep ourselves afloat. I don't want to use the pelt, but that might just be the maneuver here because I've already kind of screwed it. Or, we're coming into the pack rat soon enough. In fact, we could play a pack rat very, very, very soon. Okay. We're gonna just use the pliers here. Yuck. I'm gonna draw a squirrel next turn for sure, by the way, if that was not, obvious. Ooh, or a coyote can kind of do some work. Yeah, actually, I really like the coyote maneuver. So I'm thinking would be struck, deal a damage. I'd like to think the coyote will just juke out the thorns, but I'm not so sure actually how that's gonna play out. I kind of, all right, kind of improvised what I was going to do. Uh-oh. Wait, we're good, we're good. Jesus, man. But I messed up royally again. Oh my god. God, I used the pliers because I knew I'm an idiot. Okay. So we draw the squirrel. Get Mr. Cockroach out there. Pack rat. Take the squirrel. The Rat King. Don't really matter where. Actually, just don't play into the frog is really what's important. And what? And we are currently taking 1 damage and dying, because I actually should have... I didn't want to make him swing into spikes on the trap, but that's just what you had to have done to live. So we kind of have to improv a little now, because we're taking 1 from the strange frogs. Just having my pellet, and it is what it is. I don't like it, but it doesn't matter if I don't like it. It's happening regardless. So we have 1 wolf pellet. I would like to get the cockroach baited into swinging to the sleeping trap then. And I would like to just get the rat king down and... or the pack rat actually, preferably. Yeah, okay. So what's the best way to go about this? My ideal setup looks like cockroach, pack rat, whatever. Uh-oh, these guys are gonna get crazy in the coming turn. Okay, so we can play the Rat King and then play nothing else because nothing costs 1. And it will die on this coming turn. So we can play instead just Pack Rat. Or just play Rat King as bait. Yeah. Or keep the... might as well keep the cockroach, right? Yeah. Like this guy. Maybe we cycle like crazy with our items, but that's not gonna happen, but maybe. Things are looking good. You get through. You swing for 3 and put us ahead, we're fine. You guys are gonna thorns each other into, you know, violence. I'm not feeling fully like dialed in right now, to be honest with you, but hopefully we'll just get there. So now we're pulling ahead. So let's just start getting pack rats going, just to kind of cycle through. Okay, go ahead. And we're going to use the racking to kind of lower the pack rat costs. Pack rat, get out there. Do your best. Excellent. Okay. We might just stop at that, honestly. We have an hourglass and we have the scissors. Kind of very strong. It's the end of your turn. The only thing that would be better than those scissors, I guess, would be like the knife. Or another hourglass. Okay. So we're just gonna put 5 damage through and look at effects. Yep. So this guy's swinging for 1, but it's free because you're gonna submerge and get out of the way. 2, 3, so you just kind of do this, and then don't really have to touch anything else, but I'll take the dog. It's got good stats, but again, we're winning on this turn. So we're doing 2, and 3 because you'll swing, and then 6, so things are fine. I don't know, draw whatever, doesn't matter. Yay, Elk Fun is here. Alternatively, we could try and get the Lammergeier out for a big number. I like that. So iterate as many creatures as possible. Except you, right? Actually, that's fine, because we can use it to keep the porcupine alive. That's super smart. So we're just doing this to generate a bunch of bones, if you're wondering what the hell I'm doing. And then we're gonna just wipe the 3 left guys. And then this guy is just... he's large. Also, this guy's swinging for 9, which would be funny if he was allowed to do anything. So, you know. Yeah, looking good. Yeah, pile it up. Okay. Pretty clean. What's our time at? 48 minutes? We've probably been a little bit slowish, maybe? It's slower than normal, but I don't know if there's enough data points for a normal to exist, really, because things keep changing, right? Like, I was amping up the difficulty, so that should theoretically make you take longer, because you would, I hope, be, you know, intelligent and actually make decisions smartly. What do we like? Kingfisher. Put it into Elk Fawn? No, can't do it. Already infused. Put it into... ugh, Cuckoo. Pack Rat? Pack Rats? No. Then what, dude? I think we might just take the Kingfisher because he's 1 cost. There's a consideration for putting him into Pack Rat, though, I won't lie. If we could, especially if we look the Pack Rat to be 4/4, the health is kind of going to waste. Needles crunch beneath your feet. You drew in a breath of fresh scented air. You were embraced by the woodlands. Alright, no more Super Weasel Boy. Sorry for all the Super Weasel Boy fans. Nice. Got just, you know, Leshy's cabin. So we got gold pallet, right? So we kind of just have to go left here, and then we have a resupply that we can't. Ugh. We're getting another pack rat. Alright. We're at 15, so we don't really want to take this event up here. And what we'll likely do is just hug the left in all likelihood, but definitely cash out with what we got. Hello. Yeah, Warren seems inoffensive, I guess. I like the wolf cub as well. What do I care about more? Energy? Yeah, actually, because cockroaches draw, so we just need energy to bounce it out. Amalgam is not red eyes and weird this time. So that's not too scary. We can go for like, what, 4 pack rats? Okay, we already got 2, and we're going to take this one and then the next one. I don't think we want the Yeti, necessarily at least. We have some means to kind of alleviate the energy situation. Like we got, you know, whoops, we got this Rat King. And you, the cockroach, also kind of help. Amalgam just an adequate stat line. I think it's a little late for Ouroboros. We'll take Amalgam. 3/3 is nothing to sneeze at. Plus he'll benefit from the, you know, whatever the totem is that we're definitely gonna make, right? All full. But here's pack rat number 3. Hello. My most taken rare card and not by my choice. We definitely just want to take a, you know, curated for sure into the deck. We don't want to just let any random chump get in just because they're from the right clan. Okay. Eesh. God. You are somewhat annoying. You got the scissors, you got the hourglass. The move to me right now is looking like we put the Alkfon on the leftmost, it'll swing, move into here where it's protected, because the pronghorn will just, you know, swing around it. And then next turn I can start, it'll live to next turn. Won't do anything about the pronghorn because he'll go left and the Alkfon will go right, but, you know, we gotta just get off the ground. You could also just sack the Alkfon on this turn and get the... There's some interesting options for sure now. Let's start making moves to get this Amalgam out on the coming turn. Please, man. You are not leaving me alone. Right? You come out. Amalgam can totally take this swing. It'll die when it kills the thing behind, but it's fine. Wait, are we dead? Okay, hold up. I was being a little reckless. So the annoying thing about the coyote is that if it swings into a thorn thing, it won't actually benefit from it, really. Sorry, it won't put its tail down. Jeez Louise. So, hold up. Let's run through this turn. Amalgam takes out this left lane. Beautiful. Good work. Proud of you. Swing for 1. Swing for 1. Nope. Hold up. Start over. Amalgam clears. Elk swings into the stump. Whatever. Moves here. Then, you swing for 1. You swing for 1. You swing for 2. So we're taking 3 damage as is. I think we might just need to cut up a card. We can just put the coyote here, cut up the pronghorn. I'm trying to be a little decisive. Just a little. Oh, whoa, wait, hey, my overkill damage. What the hell? Dude. Huh? Did we not swing into a 2 health or 1 health unit with 3 damage? Hello? I feel done dirty a little bit, I won't lie, but maybe I just misinterpreted something or other. So what, beaver into what, literally? What does an unkillable dam look like? Does that actually get put back in your hand? the wolf cub. I also don't mind the reroll, to be honest with you. I also don't mind the beaver into the warren. Let's see if the when it's played effect applies to when the dams get put onto the field. See a mushroom coming up so we can do something about the pack rat situation as well. Right. So we could just make one pack rat absurd. I kind of want to make a kingfisher either go big or go home. I'll put a second one in because he's not doing much otherwise. It's fine. It is what it is. I'd definitely prefer to have him in the deck at 3 than not. Oh, but the bones are mine. So we're definitely going right for this mushroom. We'll get the pack rats put together. Go here. Don't die, please. Stinky birds. Ugh. Stinky bird. That sucks a lot, actually. That bird has health. But this guy got damage. But this guy got damage. Okay. But this guy got damage. That's all there is to it. Yeah. This is an acceptable turn 1. We'll try and get the fawn out on the coming turn. I'll put him on the rightmost slot, I'm thinking, so he can eventually make his way to the porcupine. Yeah. I think that's what we do. We definitely want him swinging into the porcupine when he's just a little infant, because it's not going to be good for living long. Good golly. So, hold up. Let's look at this turn. Good God, you're playing another Raven? Leave me the hell alone, man. Okay. So, we take... we kill this Raven. We swing for 2. We take 2. 1, 2. No, sorry. We take 2, 1, and then 2 again. So we're taking 5 damage. We're not doing enough to stop that, so we need to take another turn here. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that doesn't save us at all, in fact. And there's no way to get this guy out even to begin with. So we're just going to take this turn to catch up. Pass your next turn. Wouldn't mind like moving this porcupine around if I could. Okay. We can do something with these bones. We could also just play the Lammergeier for... What are we at? 8. Plus we'll go up to 10, 11, and then we'll swing for 5, and that won't even put us ahead, actually. Is the thing. Well, we are doing... So we gain 1 in this lane. This lane stays the same, and then we are losing 1 and losing 2. So we are actually going down by 2, so we can actually kind of take this turn off just to dig. I'm going to kind of be greedy and hope for, yeah, this type of a guy. Block the 2 coming in. Let's get a pack rat out in the future. Let's get the warren. It'll chump block and be quote unquote free. This turn, not much to say. Things are just gonna do what things are gonna just do. Let's get the warren out. Cockroach, you go here. Get the pack rat ready. We just play the pack rat, but I don't want to do that, right? Let the cockroach... Yeah, we'll sack the cockroach on this coming turn. You are playing cards, man. Didn't I take only 1 difficulty increase? Jeez Louise. This Laemmergeier is going to get big overkill as well eventually. Also play it, right? Get you out, see what we get. Whew. Dude, we are... There is no way. This is like very above the curve luck for sure. So we just play the Lammergeier and we're already doing lethal, so we can just do more damage. There you go, 9. I wouldn't mind more things to spend money on, because I don't know if I even think it's, you know, good to add pelts to your deck, weirdly enough. We definitely just go right and lose a pack rat, please. If I have dupes of dupes, you should just let me sack them both. You're weird, I don't like you. Coyote. He's alright. I wouldn't mind duping or doubling up on him. Just giving him 1 health to work with lets him like not just get murked in a Thorns event. Let's keep our options open by taking this. I think the pack rat might come first, but I'm not so sure now. One for each, yeah. Yeah, let's get this pack rat out of the way. I don't think we want to draw a bunch of them. Yuck. 4-4, looking good. Pack rat. We can't go here. We're definitely going to be looking for this totem, I think. We have a beehive bottom, if I recall. Ah! Leave me alone? It's not funny? You're not funny. Leave me alone. So we're just taking a cool lethal on this turn, by the way, if you were curious. 1, then 2, then 2. So that's just, you know, a cool, 5 damage. So we will simply just pass away on this turn if we don't use an item right now. And the item is probably just going to be the fun. But we're going to play it in the leftmost lane. So that way he'll move in time to, because it'll, swing, pass, so he's here. Then the actual turn happens. He'll come kill the coyote when it comes. Don't touch nothing else. We also could just end turn right now and live, but I feel like this is such a nasty turn that we won't ever get ahead of it. We leave it as it is. Pass. Yep, I get it. Pass. I'm aware. And we can actually just win. So get me out of here. Fan? Yeah, whatever. I'm a big fan of the big fan. Okay. Well, no, we can only go here. Definitely not taking like the 4th pack rat of this run. If you could believe me. I literally don't care. What do we have the most of? Got 2 coyotes. Got Lammergeier, Cuckoo, Laemmergeier, sorry. And you're just whatever you want to be, which is excellent. I would weirdly take a lizard right now, but I don't know. I don't know, man. You're freaking me out, dog. Give me a bird, whatever. Raven egg is absolutely okay. Kind of don't mind the regular raven either. Go in here. Let's just sack the egg and put it. Okay, wait, hold up. Sack the egg and put the thingy on it. No lizards. Cockroach is my bug. Every time the cockroach successfully chump blocks a hit, he'll make a bee. That's pretty good. And amalgam exists. Hooray. That or lizard, which is just amalgam. Yeah, okay. This is kind of, our choice has been made for us here. I'll take it. Goodbye, woman. Word is she moves with a certain vigor in spite of her age. Or so I've been told, about 100 times every time you meet her for the first time in a run. Okay. So what? We can put the raven egg into the beaver to buy us time adequately as well. I think there's some interesting options here for sure. I kind of want to get rid of this beaver, honestly, and put the warren in. He'll certainly give us space to work with for turn 1. Alright, Prospector. I'm not feeling very optimistic about our odds right now, because we did just use some pretty big items. Oh, and you got spiky dogs, man. Always spiky dogs. Be darned. This is a pretty decent turn 1, though. No doubt about it. So let's try this out. Is this awesome, or is this whatever? Oh, this is awesome! Sick. Okay, cool. I'm into this. Alrighty. I should have to have something to respond to this wolf, though. We literally can't play you. Uh-oh. Wait, and you'll make a dam of your own? That is comical. The dams will... Whoopsies. Dams will just be dams. I think we're just gonna play a Raven just to keep living. Yeah. Wish we'd get Coyote out, but not yet. Jesus Louises. Okay, you know what? We should get Coyote out, I think, soon. Keep drawing here, obviously. Uko doesn't do anything. Kind of a dead draw, if you will. We'll be able to play the Rat King on the following turn, and then we can start doing some stuff. Okay, so here's what we're... Whoops. We actually can't do anything unless we let the Cuckoo just block for a turn. That's okay. It generates a bone that we can work with too. Okay, so it'll make a difference to get this like a turn early down the line. So this turn just blows, don't it? So we actually want to draw this. We can actually play the Rat King. This is an unpleasant scenario, just for the record, if you were curious. And by the way, we could just increment you. Put our guys into a flight mode and just let them do what they do. Also, hello? Coin on its side. So the problem with flipping our guys and not making them fly is that, first off, like, you know, they're all gonna get turned into gold, which is gonna suck. And second off, the gold will only block for one turn. After which point we're gonna be looking, you know, down the barrel of 9 damage. And there's kind of nothing to do about this unless, like, I see a very clutch cockroach, but that won't even save us because we can't sack him. I think we are just stone cold dead here. But this will get us further along. This will get us further along. Yeah, because the board state is going to still be horrendous. Regardless of what happens here, basically. There's gold in them cards. Yep. So I'm so painfully aware of that. You don't even know. The Rat King. If we could literally just draw a cockroach, we may simply win. There's not yet the cockroach. Our best bet is to get Lammergeier out. But even then, there's still a whole host of issues with that angle. But this turn is painful. Come on. Well, goodbye world. Honestly, I don't know what you do there. I think obviously in hindsight you draw squirrels because, you know, just drawing creatures that you can't play unless you draw like the 2 bone cost units is pretty unwise. I don't know. I think I'm starting to notice a trend where I just kind of like lose control of the deck at like a certain point in, like, you know, act 2 to 3. We just add too many units and I can't... I guess I should just like really be zeroing in on removal more. Because we just kind of have a hard time keeping up with like a nice, you know, consistent and strong deck. It's like, you know, you can have this like, you know, that insane awesome Porcupine card, but if he's not actually, you know, like realistically playable, then it doesn't matter. And we should also look at more cards like what the Cockroach is doing too, where it would, you know, have the scavenger thing, so we could actually just dig and select for that one card that we need, but you also need to draw that card, but it improves your consistency, so it's still good. Well, so we are dead here. You know, don't get it twisted. Bye world. I like watching those bones just fall over. That is very punishing. And like, the spikes on the wolves made that so much harder than it needed to be as well, you know? Because we were, like, we got cards out, but they only had 1 health to work with, so they couldn't really swing into you and live, so we couldn't actually get anything going. Which, sucked, believe it or not. Crazy, right? I think I might start taking off boss rares, or no boss rares rather, so we can potentially get some better value cards added to when the floods just start happening. Yeesh. I feel like it's so important to have a one cost, like to mostly have one cost units too, because like a two coster is just a dead draw unless it's turn one against a boss and you have the smoke. Which, by the way, that also would have made things a lot easier if I didn't mess up there with that. But lesson hopefully learned. I'm thinking next time I think we'll rock like the Kingfisher or the Mantis deck. Those both like benefit greatly from campfires, so you know, whatever floats the old boat. Um, Blood deck is neat too, but whatever. Certainly not much else to say though, except kind of some misplays. I think I'm just really, really, really making the biggest errors on the map, and then that translates into the actual like battlefield, I guess, whatever it's called, the 4 lane, actually playing the game. Just my macro is bad, which then makes me have to do things in micro, which starts to suck and it's uncool. So hopefully we are being more intelligent next time. But setting all that aside, I will see you later. So bye bye.